Okay, testing 1 2, testing 1 2. This is the haves and the have not review here. We have about 5 more minutes before we officially go live with the Q&A session. Now, keep in mind that this is just a free range discussion here, and again, I'm just going to be looking at the chat, waiting to see. Oh, I see a hi from a zombie thief 6. How are you doing? How are you doing? I believe you in the last session I did about an hour ago, which was just a practice run. And let's see. Okay. All right. Let's see, we got 4 more minutes here. Again, just take your time, get your questions together. I said 8 o'clock, so I see about maybe, well, nobody's watching at the moment, but that's okay. We're just a little bit early here. Okay. Oh, we got 8 people watching. How's everybody doing tonight? Oh, we got 8 people watching. How's everybody doing tonight? All true me. Hello, hello, hello. And another question, okay, because it looks like we got the microphone set up. It looks like I have a green button here saying that the live is going well. Now, can everybody hear me well? Is there like a lot of background noise or anything like that going on? The live is going well. Now, can everybody hear me well? Is there like a lot of background noise or anything like that going on? The live is going well. Now, can everybody hear me well? Is there like a lot of background noise or anything like that going on? Oh, we're up to 36. Okay, we're doing good. Okay, I got a yes, so it looks like everybody's hearing me well. That's great. All right. What's up, bro? Okay. Matthew has the first question. What's up, bro? Do you think Hannah will become a have this season? Okay, and to keep it fair, because I did say 8 o'clock, I'm not going to answer that question just yet, but I do think that this is going to be one heck of a session here. So Matthew has the first question, and again, it's, do you think Hannah will become a have this season? So it looks like we're just rounding things up here. 3 more minutes. What the heck? I might as well just start. All right, so first question, do you think oh, we're up to 100 people. Dang. Okay, this is great. All right, do you think Hannah will become a have this season? I think no, because at this point, the only time I would think that Hannah will become an actual have is if she comes into the inheritance that Catherine put in her will, meaning Catherine would die. Okay, there's no vision. I'm not seeing anything. Hang on 1 second, because I did have a thumbnail. Oh, just so you know, this isn't going to be one of those live streams where I'm going to be, you know, like showing my face. It's more of a, you know, I'm just going to be doing like a live chat where we have the chat session open. I'm going to answer questions, read them out loud. So again, this particular stream isn't going to be where you can actually see me. I will do more of those, but just not today. Okay. Dang, the questions are rolling in, y'all. All right, next question here. Looks like Jacoby, what is your favorite car on the show? That's a good one. I mean, we see a lot of vehicles on the show, but dang. Man. I would have to say the car that Erica got Benny to tow, but then Benny wrecked it when he was fighting Quincy at the strip club. That'll be it. All right, next question from Zombie Thief 6. We have, is Darcy from this first season Marcy from Loving You Is Wrong? Absolutely correct. Same actress, but the only difference is the fact that they changed the first letter in her name. All right. Is everybody still seeing a blank screen there? Honestly, because again, this is just a discussion here. Do you think Anna is up to no good? This is from Oliver and the Quinn third. I think for Anna, her intentions are good. I am a bit concerned though, because given the fact that man, her reaction to when Wyatt was talking with the new DA and the cops about how blank screen. Okay, let me see if I can fix that. One second. Oh wow. Okay. Will David go back to Veronica? No, 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 no. I don't. I do not think that David will go back to Veronica whatsoever. I really don't think so. Honestly, at this point, it would be. I can't think of a reason why he would go back. To be honest, I can't think of one single reason here. Okay, I'm trying to upload a thumbnail. It's just a picture and the live session saying that it is loading up, but we shall see. I mean, Jeffrey and David still love Veronica, but I don't think they'll actually go back to her. So, what's the deal with that cop that likes Jeffrey? Ant- Annette Williams. When it comes down to Justin and Jeffrey, it's as Jeffrey pointed out. Justin's like a guy that's living a heterosexual lifestyle, but he's not actually straight. He's like in the closet. It looks like he's been that way from quite some time. That's why he's actually kind of being aggressive when it comes to any guy that he actually likes. Will David find about Erica? I think David will find out, but it'll probably take a little while. The thing is, Oscar said that, hey, I can actually look into this girl a little bit more if you want me to. But David's like, oh, no, don't do it. It's okay. The thing about that is, if Oscar took like 5 minutes on his laptop, he could find out everything there is to know about Erica, but David just won't let him do it because think about the plot. If Oscar found out about David and Erica instantly, there would be no story there. Okay. Oh, wow. Hey, thanks, guys. The questions are coming. And again, I'm sorry about the blank screen. The thing said that the darn picture should be loading up here, but it looks like it's still pending. But if you can at least hear me, that's a good thing. And I see a lot of questions. Oh, wow. Okay, it looks like will David find out about Erica? Yeah, I do think that he might find out, but maybe I feel like that'll be a great mid-season or season finale. Okay. Will Erica, and this from Cool Kid, will Erica get killed off once Candace gets the money? I will say this much, Candace wouldn't have a use for her once she gets the money, so I really don't know what will happen from there. It does seem interesting when you think about it because I really think that Erica doesn't have much to go aside from extorting money from David. She really doesn't have anything else to offer to the show, in my opinion. Okay, Yvonne Robinson says David is in love with Erica. I agree. I think that given all the hell that Veronica put him through, it doesn't surprise me that he feels attracted to the first woman he sees. Annette Williams, hi Tyler. We both had the same birthday, September 4th. Hey, thanks for joining the stream. But okay, I'm not Tyler Perry. I do not work for Tyler Perry. I'm just an addict of the have and have-nots, just like everybody else. Oh, here's a good one. What was your opinion on the fight between War and Benny at the hotel? It was a bit one-sided. I honestly thought that Benny would have put up a better fight than he did against Warlock, to be honest. But to be fair, it was him and Mitch versus like a dozen guys at once. So I don't have a problem with the fight itself. I feel like Warlock and his crew have the worst aim of anybody I've ever seen on TV. Because you think about the fact that they were at the front door of the motel room, and then Mitch and Benny were like in the kitchen area running to get behind the bed, and they put the mattress up, but nope, not one bullet hit their target. I mean, yes, it hit Quincy Jr. in the bathroom, but not one. Are you telling me that you couldn't shoot somebody about 4 feet in front of you? That was the worst. But hey, that's plot armor. Okay, guys, I'm just amazed. The questions are really coming in now. Okay, Zombie Thief, you've probably sent me the most questions so far, so I'll answer this. What's your opinion? Who is Benny dating? I honestly don't know. I've done like 3 videos about the mystery lady that's in the actual video, or the trailer with Benny, and the one where he's shirtless. And it's really hard to kind of imagine him with somebody else right now because there's so much going on with his character. I feel like there'll be interesting enough of a dynamic to put him with a woman just to give him more story, because again, I am kind of getting sick of the whole, him just being overprotective of everybody but not really taking care of himself. All right, next up is Jacoby. Oh wow, do you like Candace's hair when it's short or how it is now? As a man, I prefer a woman who has long hair. That's not to say that some girls cannot pull off the short hair look. That's a personal preference. I'm gonna be honest. As long as their hair, speaking to the fellas out there, have you ever had a girl walk past you, you know, smile, say hello, and just walk past you, and then, not to sound creepy here, but you just got a whiff of their hair like a shampoo or conditioner, and it just makes you just freeze in your steps? That's me. Like, if a girl does that, that's an instant turn on. Okay, next time give a visual. Hey, I'm trying, but the thing is not working. I don't know. All right. Do you think Veronica dies in the car crash? Yes and no. I feel like she is not dead, but I feel like she's probably going to be critically injured to the point where she's going to be in the hospital for an extended amount of time here. Whoo, zombie thief, you're killing me with these questions here. This is a tough one. Who was the sexiest girl on the haves and the have-nots? I don't want to say what I think because every time I feel an attraction to a woman, Tyler Perry ends up killing them off. So I'm just going to leave that as no. Next question. Next question. Okay. Cool kid Erica is sexy. I agree. She really is. Just not her personality. But that's the thing. A lot of these women, like, I love the way they look, but not the way they act. Sheesh. Okay, because I'm getting a lot of comments about the okay, I'm sorry about the blank screen. I literally do not know what is going on here because it was working on my first live stream, but for some odd reason it is not right now. This is crazy. Okay. Let me check on something. Oh, wow. Catherine in her own right is sexy. I'm not just talking, but Catherine is not just her looks, but the way she carries herself and the way she interacts with other people. Because I feel like in season 1, she was more of a victim than an actual main character. That's not to say that she wasn't important to the show, but I'm just saying that when you really think about it, Catherine had to go up against, you know, like Candace, and all the while she was fighting her breast cancer, so she really didn't have much of an opportunity to show her stuff. Will Catherine and Mitch get no, I think that was just a funny one-off. Let's put it this way. I feel like Catherine and Mitch, that scene they had together where Catherine was coming on to Mitch, that was just like a one-off joke because that entire episode was all drama and tension, but they needed some comedy in there. It would not surprise me if they took that one scene and then tried to make an arc out of it. That would be weird to watch, but a bit interesting, given the fact that Benny and Veronica hooked up. Okay, let's see. How do you think Jeffrey will act towards the police who ran Veronica off the road? Oh, basically Justin. In the trailer, I think Justin sees Jeffrey in jail, and then Jeffrey's like, did you kill her? So I wonder what his reaction will be. I don't think, he doesn't want his mom dead. He doesn't want his mom dead. He doesn't care for Veronica much, but he doesn't want her dead. Okay. Reggie's head. Oh, man. What do you think the Haves and the Have-Nots movie should be about? Okay, I said this before. That should be like a prequel. I feel like that should actually be an actual movie where we learn more about the haves and the have-nots in terms of how the characters were developed, how did they meet, when did they get married, have kids. There are a lot of unanswered questions about the show itself. I feel like there are a lot of unanswered questions about the show itself. Let's see. Okay, Jacoby. What if all this time Quincy wasn't the father of Little Q? I don't think it matters at this point because they're both dead. If Quincy was still alive, then I think that would be an interesting dynamic. But given the fact that Quincy Sr. and Little Q are both dead, I don't think that would work. Annette Williams, will Jeffrey and Wyatt kiss each other? I hope not. I like those two just as friends, not as actual lovers, so to speak. I like those two as friends, not as lovers. Okay. Do you think Wyatt will stay clean, and do you think that he will get with that girl that's helping him? I hope so. I hope he stays clean. I hope he stays off drugs. And Anna I feel like she's a good influence for him, so I really do. What happened to Catherine's mate, Celine? We haven't seen her since that time that Jim went over to her house, apartment, had sex just to humiliate her to get even, and she said they're not even, and we haven't seen her since. I think that Celine or her son Carlos was the one to kill Amanda. So I feel like if those two appear again, that will be the actual plot point where they're actually talking about that. What if Anna and Wyatt have sex, but Wyatt calls out Jeffrey's name? I don't think that'll happen. I don't think that'll happen. Okay, Annette Williams. Will Candace change? Nobody's above redemption, but Candace has a lot of things to get forgiveness for. Let's put it that way. Same with Veronica. And Yvonne Robertson. Should they give Benny a girlfriend? Yes. I feel that that'll be a great... Here's my thing about hookups in the show or any TV show. I'm not against relationships, love triangles, as long as they're done right. Put it this way, there's a difference between forced romance and deserved romance. That's how I feel about that. Cool Kid. Will Jim get killed off this season? I don't think so. I don't think so. I am glad. I do try to keep up with these cast members outside of the show. Just kind of like keeping up with their social media. John Snyder has a studio back in, I believe... Is it Alabama, Louisiana? It's basically down south. So he is busy with that. So if he got killed off, it wouldn't surprise me. But think of it this way. The entire premise of the show started around Candace and Jim. So I don't think that he or she will be killed off anytime soon. Zombie Thief, who was attacking Wyatt? Are you referring to the trailer? Because in the extended trailer, it looks like Justin is the one that's wrestling Wyatt to the ground. Wow. Yeah, I think David is being set up big time, but I hope he can see it in time. David won't see it unless he allows himself. I feel like he's as blind to Erica's plot as he was to Veronica, because remember all the times that Veronica acted crazy, but David's like, oh, it's just a cry for help and attention. She's okay. We're going through a rough patch. Eric Watson. Oh, this is a good one. Is it possible that Anna is working with Celine to set up Wyatt to get revenge on Jim Cryer? That is one heck of a theory. I never thought of that. I didn't think, I mean, not to be stereotypical, but the fact that she does seem to have some sort of Hispanic descent based off her accent. Could she be working with Celine? That will be an interesting plot. I don't think so, but that'll be an interesting twist. Okay, Shanae, do you think they'll find out that Catherine killed Jennifer? I think so, because if there's anything that I feel that this show is about, I feel like Hannah's been such a good influence on Catherine. Remember, Catherine was the one to say that maybe Wyatt should give himself up. It's the right thing to do. Oh, CW, your impression today was spot on. Oh, thanks. Well, you know, I try to do what I can because I love my family. I can't believe Maggie got killed off because that woman. Okay. I think that it will be interesting if Catherine does confess. I feel like she'll fight. I feel like Jim is going to be like, look, do not say you killed Jennifer, but then she'll eventually tell the truth. Oh, this is a tough question. Who is your favorite have and have not character, and what is your favorite episode and why? I'm going to be doing a top 10 video soon. It's going to be a top 10 characters of the show. Keep in mind, that will be my opinion. That's going to be my opinion in terms of what characters. I don't have a favorite episode, but I will say that there are a lot of scenes that like took my breath away. I feel like I should do a video on that as well. Yvonne Robertson, I think Erica is falling for David too. I agree. I feel like Eric, given the fact that she was going with War, but he's dead, Candace knew that she was basically a Benedict Arnold playing both sides. I feel like the best thing for Erica right now is to actually get in a legitimate relationship with David, because he's a nice guy. He has feelings for her. And I bet that's something she hasn't had in a while. Not to mention he's financially stable. So I'm going to be honest here. I would actually, and again, just hear me out. I would not think it's a bad thing if David and Erica got into a legitimate relationship. I'm going to say that. Oh, Jermaine, am I the only one who misses the old racist neighbor? I thought she was funny. Oh, Pearl, Justin's mother. Yes, I miss her too. I think she's going to come back because remember that Justin's married to the judge. So I feel like at some point she's going to say, you know what, your son and my husband, he's gay. So I feel like that's going to come up again. Okay. And just 1 second. It looks like there's some issues. Let me see if I can fix it up real quick. 1 second. Oh yeah, keep the questions coming. I see them. I see them. Do you think it would be cool to see War and Quincy work together to kill Candace? I do think that's cool. I feel like that. My favorite thing about the show is the fact that you have all these different storylines and everybody's kind of entangled in their own kind of um what's the word I'm looking for? Their own plot. But like when Jeffrey first met Benny, when Benny came over to his apartment, when Benny met Jim a couple episodes ago, I just love those kind of interactions like that. Do you think the senator will come back for Candace? Yeah, I think he's going to come back. I honestly don't see what kind of role he will play right now because you notice that Charles had such a small role in the extended trailer. It was just that one scene where him and Landon are in the bedroom. I did not like that scene because Landon looks to be on his knees, and I didn't really care for that. I don't think that should have been a good thing. I don't think. Oh wow. Oh, 1 second here. I think I figured it out. Another thing I think about a lot of people don't discuss is when it comes down to Mama Rose, what do you think is going to be the future of Mama Rose per se? Because when you think about the fact that she's pretty much left David and Jim in the dust, the only role she has right now is owing Candace that one favor. Do you think Candace will get revenge on Charles? I don't think that Candace has any revenge to get on Charles. I feel like if wow, yeah, I feel like I feel like if those two hook up and Charles is holding the wheel, that's when I think Candace is going to have enough, because she is never one to be satisfied. I feel like even if she became the first lady, I feel like even if she had all the money she was ever needed, if there was an opportunity for a con, like, and again, this just, let's say if there was a better offer out there, she would give up everything just for that one con and blow it. That's the kind of person she is. That's how it is. Cool kid. Maybe Candace might need Charles to get help with her revenge on some people. That's a possibility. I could see that happening. I could see that happening. Same with Mama Rose. I mean, there is one favor, but keep in mind that Jim ordered a bloodbath, meaning that involved more than one person. But I think that Candace will pretty much save the Mama Rose card for when she really needs it. I feel like she'll really save it during that time frame. Okay. All right, keep the questions coming, people. Will Jeffrey be sentenced for Quincy's death? Yeah. If things do not work out, I think it will. But the truth is going to come out because Jeffrey, he indirectly killed Quincy. His actions led to his death. But Candace was the one that just pulled the plug. Remember, she was the one to just sit there as Quincy bled out. He was really like, hey, call the hospital, tell them to come pick me up and help save my life. But she didn't do it. So she's just as responsible as Jeffrey. But remember, Candace is the only one to know this. Okay, Crystal B. So my question is, who do you think Candace's first victim will be? She says she's going to get them all one by one. God. Dang. I think that Jim's probably going to be the first one because in the trailer there was really an emphasis on this new girl that showed up and we see her and Jim in bed. Oh, Pib McKnight. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Okay, we're up to 51 people, so we're actually growing in people. That's good. And I see a green button, so it looks like the live stream is coming through strong. Sorry, I have no idea why this stupid thumbnail has not popped up, so the screen should be black. So to make up for it, I will be doing another live stream, but you'll actually see my face. But hey, as long as you can hear me, that's what counts. Okay, CW, how come the detectives didn't find Oscar's blood in the house. He was there before the murder. I know that Quincy hit Oscar because he had Candace pinned down. I think Quincy punched him in the face. No, he grabbed him off of Candace, punched him in the face, so he fell down, and then he ran. So I don't think he actually had a mark on his forehead, but he didn't bleed out, so that's probably why. Diana, when will Candace's mom get her revenge? I don't think Hannah will get any revenge because she doesn't seem to be that kind of person. So I don't think she'll be trying to go up against anybody. But I think that Candace will try to go after Hannah. I don't really think that's the right thing to do because she blames her about the death. But what can you do? Johnny Evans, is Benny and Veronica going to hook up? I hope not. But remember that Benny does owe her for those quote-unquote lawyer fees. So those two are probably going to get it on at some point. I hope not, but it's probably going to happen. Zombie Thief, hello, hello. Welcome to the live stream. Again, we're just having some healthy discussion here about the haves and the have-nots. Okay. All right, still reading. I see a bunch of questions here. I'm just trying to pick out one to do, because a lot of these are the same. Ooh, Tracy, here we go. Will Candace and Veronica team up? And will you be a father this season? Oh, Jeffrey, if Melissa is alive, but I don't think 9 months have passed since she got pregnant, so I don't think he'll be a father right away. And Veronica and Candace teaming up, that's one of the things I'm most excited for this season. But keep in mind that Veronica might be in a concussion or a coma, so I don't think that her and Candace will be able to team up anytime soon. CW, why is it fans are so for Hannah? She has passed too. That's the reason why she and Candace don't get along. Now, I'm not saying I'm not the biggest Hannah fan, but I will say I try to give credit where credit is due. And Hannah isn't afraid to admit that she had a past, but I feel like I'm not a parent myself, so I can only speak from my opinions here. I think that one of the reasons that her and Candace don't get along is because Hannah sees a lot of herself in Hannah in terms of, hey, this is the life I used to live. This is the person I used to be, but I changed. And any kind of reminder of that past is why they don't get along. Timothy Moore, do you think the whole revenge plots are getting old? I think revenge has gotten really old on the show, and that's why I got sick of the Veronica character. I don't hate Veronica. I just hate the way that she's like this invincible woman who can do all these wicked things but not get away, but pretty much get no punishment. Like, she'll get punishment for it, but it's not enough to make her change her ways. So that's why I feel like Veronica being out of commission this season is going to be the best thing for the show, because too many things revolve around Veronica. 99% of the fan base tunes in every Tuesday for Veronica, and that means all the other characters get less, if any, development. So I feel like with Veronica being out of commission, the other characters will be able to shine more. That's what my hope is. And if you notice this, the plot does get kind of old here. Let me take a sip of water real quick, because I got a lot to say on this case, and it has to do with the fact that the plot is a bit old. Hear me out. Okay. When you think about the haves and the have-nots, think about season 1 to where we... Oh, yeah, keep the comments going, because I'm going to be talking on this for a while. When it comes to the haves and the have-nots, most of the plot revolves around somebody getting revenge on somebody else. Somebody's storyline parallel to somebody else's. Somebody's in jail, somebody's in the hospital. If you look at episode 1 to where we are now, almost every character has either been in jail, in the hospital, or both at some point during the series. You have Wyatt, who was in jail because he got arrested. You have Wyatt in jail when Jim put him in there. Then you had him in the hospital when he had the when he overdosed. Then you had Hannah, who was in jail briefly. Remember, she got arrested when Tony thought that she hid Benny because he had won the court case to get him off of life support. Then she was in the hospital before the show. Remember, she had breast cancer. So in a way, I'm getting a bit tired of the fact that these characters are just rotating. Like, somebody's in the hospital for half a season, somebody's in jail for half a season, and it's gotten old quick. But I will admit, I do like the first couple of seasons of the show more than where we are now, because the plot used to be, I wouldn't say simple, but it was complex but semi-believable. You know, where you have somebody running for governor. Put it this way: you have somebody running for like local office, and then there's some shade, there's some prostitutes, some adultery and whatnot going on behind the scenes. That's believable. But when you throw in like a presidential elect and a candidate, that's when the stakes get way too high. Okay, so that's all I gotta say on that. Crystal B, what do you think about Candace's interpretation that if Hannah was on top of the baby, why didn't she get shot? I'm not going to lie. I thought the exact same thing. I don't know why she got. I'm not saying that I wish she got shot, but I don't know why Hannah didn't get shot instead of Candace here. That was crazy. That was crazy. Okay. Let's see. Will Benny and Wyatt ever meet? That will be an interesting reaction. You know, to meet the guy that hits you in the hit and run. I was actually surprised that the Benny and Jim interaction was very short, considering that Jim Cryer was the father of the man that hit him, and then he tried to cover it up. Pib Midnight, did you answer me? Let me scroll up real quick. Yeah, if I don't get to some of y'all's questions, feel free to retype them because a lot of them are coming in. Zombie Thief, is Benny working with Erica to get revenge for them for the hit and run cover up? No, Benny and Erica haven't even seen each other since their actuals. Oh, actually, Erica and Candace were at Candace's house. Benny can't. No, that was actually Jeffrey. No, I don't think Benny and Erica are working together. Jeffrey Harrington, hi. That's pretty funny, Jeffrey Harrington. You know, let me just talk really briefly about the channel itself. Again, since I'm still learning these live chats and whatnot, I really hope that at some point I'm able to actually kind of do interviews with the cast members, because I talk with them so often on Twitter. Like, if I can actually do like a recorded interview with one of the characters to talk about the show, I'll be more than happy to post that. And again, if anybody else out there knows how to use the YouTube, I'm just learning how to do live stream. I'm pretty sure there's a way that multiple people can get on here with me, so we're actually having a full-fledged discussion rather than it just being me answering questions. So that'll be pretty interesting. Okay. Big Smoke, okay? Answering the question here. If Hannah was like Candace when she was younger, did Hannah con and have people killed? I think she just slept around. Yeah, Hannah pretty much was like I don't know if I would say prostitute, more like I don't really know the correct term, but pretty much she was on like Candace level in terms of scheming. Well, no. She pretty much was kind of like a harlot, so to speak, but she didn't really involve herself with death. So remember, and a lot of people don't even think about this. Remember that Candace had Jim in a freaking electric chair. So I remember when that episode first, remember this was in the war room. Remember that she had him in a freaking electric chair and whatnot. A lot of people were like bashing Tyler Perry in terms of like, why do you always portray black women in such like these crazy psychopaths? I'm not going to lie, I have to agree, that was a bit extreme. Like, I did not see that coming. Okay. Oh yeah, now that I think about it, on my first live stream, there was one question somebody asked me, but I didn't really fully flesh it out. It had to do with homosexuality. Now, I'm actually thinking about doing a video on this, but since it's such a sensitive subject, I'm trying to word the title carefully and choose my words carefully, because I don't want YouTube to flag it and stuff like that. But somebody brought up a point. Do you think homosexuality is being shoved in our faces when it comes to the Tyler Perry shows? Maybe not so much of that. Well, yeah, the haves and have-nots, but more in line with if loving you is wrong, because in one of the more recent episodes, it was told to us that Randall in college tried, what was it, like a threesome or something like that with the guy who, I forgot his name. Basically, towards the end of the last season of Loving You Is Wrong, they had sex one time, but he didn't like it. He pretty much experimented. So somebody brought up the point that, do you feel that homosexuality is being pushed in our faces because, well, it's quote unquote working on the haves and the have-nots, it's going to bleed into the other shows? I would say that it's possible that's going to happen here. And in some cases, I do feel a bit uncomfortable on the haves and the have-nots, because and this doesn't just go for homosexuality, but just people acting sexual in general. I feel like a lot of these hookups are just there to be there rather than actual development. So maybe I'll do a video on that in the future if you want to see it. Okay. Eric Watkins says, is it possible that Hannah won't tell Candace about her father because he is 10 times worse than Quincy and War ever was? Oh my gosh. Oh, that would be interesting. I feel like that would be a great way of showing it. Put it this way, I feel like if Hannah's father ever shows up and he's even worse than Quincy or Quincy or Warlock, that might make Candace realize that, hey, maybe Hannah isn't so bad after all. Oh, Jacoby, the guy's name was Larry. Yes, Larry's Randall's friend was Larry. Oh, there we go. Will David be able to get Jeffrey out of jail if Veronica's out of commission for a while? He would have to pull some strings. I mean, he does have connections, but Veronica is the end-all, be-all of legal assistance because I feel like she has more connections than Catherine, Jim, and David put together. I feel like that's the case. Oh, here's another good question. Why does Wyatt act different around Hannah? Remember way back after the whole situation of the hit and run, Wyatt said that there's something about Hannah. It's like every time I'm around, it's like she can see through all my bull crap. Like she can see me for who I am and knows that I'm lying and, you know, actually cares about me, because Wyatt hasn't really had a person like that in his life. Not to mention that Hannah we all have that person in our lives. Like, have you ever been the only Christian in a situation, you know, like in a area, like at work or at school, and people feel and act differently around you, not because you're coming across as like a, hey, I'm a Christian and you're not, but just the way you carry yourself, they act weird. I feel like that's why in Hannah's relationship there. Timothy Moore, what the heck happened to Celine? She fell off the face of the earth. Like, what did she do with all the money Jim was paying her? That's a good question. There are millions of dollars in child support that Jim gave Celine, but they live like in a rundown part of Savannah, Georgia. And again, guys, I am telling you, if you are new to my channel, I encourage you to go on my channel, go under the video list. Like a couple weeks ago, I took some time and I tried to make things more organized by making playlists. We're over 300 videos, guys. There are over 300 videos on the channel. I actually did a mini series called Missing in Action, where I talk about characters who we haven't seen for quite some time and how I feel like they'll be integrated back into the actual show. Let's see here. Wyatt sees God in Hannah. She is a mother figure. Yes, that's Crystal B. You pretty much summed up what I said in one sentence. Let's see. Veronica said that Jeffrey admitted to killing Quincy. When did that happen? I don't, and again, I could be wrong here. I don't remember him actually saying for sure that he killed Quincy. More like he had a hand in it. Because remember when Veronica confronted Jeffrey and Candace at the hotel, at the restaurant, she talked about how, little girl, didn't you know that if the bank foreclosed on the house before the police found it, then the body is something that can't be used against you in court. So I don't think he actually said it out loud. Okay, CW, do you think Candace will get her money back from the bank? Because I remember Candace putting the house in a nonprofit's name. I don't know. That's a good question. But given the fact that she's running from the law right now and whatnot, I don't think that money's coming back to her anytime. A better question is, remember that, what was it? Was it $2 million that she paid Warlock? Yeah, in cash. Remember, he got arrested by the Malone cops, and when he did, that money got taken by the police. So did he ever get that money back? That's that's another question to ask right there. Okay, we're down to 31 people here, but that's okay. And again, this is just first time really doing this, so hopefully in the future there will be more people watch. Oh, here's the plan, just real quick here. My plan for 2018 is that every time an episode airs, right after an episode airs of the haves and the have-nots, if loving you is wrong, the pains, I'll do a live stream right afterwards. So hopefully the viewership will really go up. That way we can get the discussion going. Wow. Okay. All right, guys. Actually past 40 minutes. It's been pretty good so far. Hey, Jacoby, There we go. Do you think Candace is going to the electric chair because of the trailer said you killed my brother and now you're about to fry? That would be good foreshadowing, because remember, there are a lot of times there are Easter eggs where somebody mentions something and then it happens later on. So you never know. Do you think Wyatt really killed that little girl? Because I don't. Timothy. After the hit and run incident, after Amanda was killed, I said that Wyatt didn't do it and Amanda didn't shoot herself, and people called me crazy for weeks because at that time I was just doing my blog and people were like, man, just get over it. The reason I don't think Wyatt did it when it came to little Lizzie is because of the story he told Jennifer, not Jennifer, but the other assistant, not the DA, but like the cop. He said at the crack house, and again, people who are just joining in, and if I grazed over the question, in a way, I don't think that Wyatt killed Lil Lizzie, because he said at the crack house, there were some guys that jumped him because he had nice clothes on and everything, so they thought he had money, and they tried to steal the stuff. One guy, he said he got into his car and he drove off. There were some guys holding on to it, but then he backed up the car, turned around, and then drove up the street. What I'm thinking is, this is just my personal theory. What I'm thinking is, I'm thinking that one of those guys took the keys, got in the car, tried to drive off, hit little Lizzie, got out the car, Wyatt got back in the car, drove off, and that's why he thought he did it. That's just my opinion. That's why, if that turns out to be true, hey, I'll be happy, but that's why I feel like there is a benefit of the doubt that Wyatt did not kill little Lizzie, but he thought he did. Okay. Do you think Veronica will ultimately go down for Jennifer's murder because she was the last one to have her prints on the gun? Yes. When Catherine tricked her into touching the gun, that's exactly what my thoughts were. Plus, she has bad history with Jennifer. Yeah, I think that'll be interesting. I see a lot of questions popping up. I'm trying to get to ones I haven't answered yet. Okay, Eric Watt. Is it possible that Wyatt has feelings for Jeffrey but doesn't want to believe it because he was raped as a kid and is too comfortable around Jeffrey, a gay man? No offense. I don't think he does. I don't think he does. Jacoby, do you think Candace might be pregnant? I've said this before. Tinka Sumter was pregnant in real life because she actually is in a relationship, I think now engaged to the actor that plays Justin on the show. I don't know if they're going to write in Tinka's pregnancy into the show. If so, it will be interesting because I want to see who the father is. This is either going to be Warlock from those times that he physically abused Candace, or Oscar. But I don't know if they use protection, so we shall see. I feel like it would be great if she was pregnant. Maybe not due to the circumstance of the pregnancy, but maybe she'll be able to get a chance to get motherhood right the second time. Maybe. Is Amanda really dead? Yeah, she's dead. The only reason she wouldn't be dead is if Catherine Cryer dreams everything. I did an entire video theory on that, so check that out. Okay, what if Wyatt was living with Hannah? He would get his life back together because Hannah doesn't play that. I don't think there's anything else to say on that. All right, we're getting past 43 minutes. Okay, I'll take about 3 more questions and we'll wrap things up here. Okay, Nicolette, what if Candace is hiding Amanda? Wait, what? No. Oh, Crystal B, you just threw a bone in there. What if it's Charles's baby? Oh, that would be interesting. But given the fact that Charles knows everything, well, to an extent, I don't think that it's his baby. Let's put it that. I don't think that it's his baby, because it looks like he's, as he says, he's been with women all over the country. So I don't think he would let his guard down that much when it comes to her. But hey, I mean, she pretended to be pregnant with Jim's baby, so would she do it again? Who knows? Well, given the fact that when she did pretend to be pregnant, she got abducted by the Malones, I don't think she would play that with Secret Service. That's just an entirely different level. And that's why I said before about the fact that the haves and the have-nots really isn't as good as when it first started out, because a lot of these storylines are getting way too ridiculous, in my opinion, just because of the fact that the stakes are just way too high. It doesn't really make sense. Thanks for the video. It's very informative. Thank you for watching. Again, this is just like my first time doing this, but in the future it's going to be like really better. And again, I hope that if there's anybody out there that knows about YouTube, like how to join in a live stream, I'll be more than happy to discuss things with you, because I think it'll be more fun to have a conversation with another person to get perspective. Okay, last question from Timothy Moore. Last question. Is Jim going to be killed now by the Malones because Candace has a favor coming to her from the Malones for a war? It would be delicious irony given the fact that Jim has had the Malones probably kill a number of people in the past, and by the past I mean even before the haves and have not started. So it would be interesting for him to be killed off that way. Okay. Last question, because it just popped up. Do you think Candace wanted to be with Charles, but the lifestyle kept her from saying yes to his arrangement? I'll say yes, but also because of the fact that she likes being in control. Same thing with Veronica. She would throw away all of her hopes and dreams. Like, she gets everything she ever wants. If she's not the one controlling it, she doesn't want to be in that situation. That's my thought. Okay, well, people, it has been great talking with you all. 45 minutes here, 46 minutes, but this is just the first of many live streams. So in the next one, I promise I actually show my face there, but have your questions ready. I'll announce probably a day or so in advance the next time I do a live stream. But again, subscribe to the channel if you're not done so already. Spread the word around. I really love doing this thing. But I'll talk to you all later, and January 9th is going to be here before you know it. And if I don't do another live stream before Christmas, Merry Christmas, everyone, and a Happy New Year.